The following is a special presentation of the PDF Sports Network.
What's going on? Yes, I know there's a bunch of people that are going to sit there and correct me and say, Pat, you're not in the Bleezy page. And I know I'm not in the Bleezy page because the Bleezy page doesn't want me to be great. And it's not allowing me to go live, so I don't know. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to share to the Bleezy page and get everybody locked in. And we'll try it this way. Who knows? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. New York. Good morning, New England. Good morning, Bleezy Page. We'll see if New York appreciation. What up, New York? What's up, NFA, Midwest? New England. NEFL. There it is, NEFL. Congrats to the unit for winning the championship yesterday. Big East, they got their championship next week, Final Four this week. Semipro HQ. I think that's it. Alright, let everybody tap in. Alright, football. Yeah, there's so many groups. I say this every week that I gotta figure out which ones are active and which ones are not, but we'll figure it out. What up? Alright, my guy on. Oh, there you still know. Yo, I was there yesterday. Did anybody hand me? I saw one. I saw all them dudes. Did I get any wave merch? I had money with me. These guys are funny, man. What up?
What's up, dude?
And I was in the rain yesterday, and still nobody handed me a 2XL, but y'all want to talk about my Green Wave merch. Top of the morning to you, sir. What's good?
Good morning, brother. Not much outside the gym right now.
Nice, man.
Happy Sunday, champ.
Happy Sunday to you too, sir. So we got the matchup that a lot of people anticipated, a lot of people wanted. So what are your thoughts on that first and foremost?
Very, 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 very excited about seeing the rematch of the two teams. I'm very happy that it ended up going the way it went, and I'm very happy with the way even the games went in regards to just the Final Four and the Lions having a good game until the Green Wave pulled away. How the Green Wave won the game, because I haven't seen the second game yet. I just said that. I see the score and like some of the stats from like posts and stuff, but I haven't seen actual footage of the Golden Lions and Wolfpack game. But Rhino was on live yesterday. Shouts to Rhino on Mookie's phone.
Yes,
I saw
indeed.
the second half were
All right. So it looked as though the Golden Lions jumped out on the Wolfpack early and kind of didn't leave it till they got it was pretty much a
one
pretty
sided.
definitive sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah. So let me just ask you this now. Bigger story in this thing would be the Green Wave defense or the Golden Lion offense.
Um, I'm gonna go Golden Lion offense just because the Green Wave's defense been wilding out all year. And you know me, when I fuck up, I acknowledge. I'm gonna acknowledge a little bit also. But let me do this first. Larry G went crazy yesterday. I saw Coach Matt posted Larry had 3 passing touchdowns. Traditionally, Larry plays better in the playoffs. So seeing that Larry went off, Kadeem went off, like that was more surprising for me than seeing the Green Waves defense go crazy. Even though the Green Waves defense scored more points than the Green Waves offense yesterday.
2
But
touchdowns, yeah.
you go like layers and levels. Warren was just coming back. He ain't play all year. I know he's rusty. We saw he was rusty, so it's like, I don't judge them too hard on the offense. Shouts to Kevin, another buck and change. Where's my steak, Patty? When we gonna set that
You
date,
let
bro?
me know. Are
I
you
ain't gonna
too?
lie, I fuck with you enough. Listen, bro. I know you want to sit down. We can sit down. If you want to buy me $100 steak and cook it for me, we could do that too, bro. You set up the thing. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? 'Cause I know you know guys. If you get a piece of Wagyu or some shit, buy that shit and make it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I know you. But
well,
yeah, let's work it out.
if I'm choosing the spot, my man Preston Clark, world famous by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You see him on Sway in the Morning and all that.
Okay.
He's a very close friend. We definitely will head down. He got a new restaurant in the city too.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I did the soups and steaks thing,
Sweet did it.
yeah, man, and the dude's big time.
Okay.
So I can definitely set that up. You definitely, absolutely, 100%. So
Thank you, brother.
the Green Wave defense, 2 scores.
And running game.
You
Which
still,
defense? I'm sorry. I'm biased.
I
I'm on
definitely.
Kev. You know that. I'm
Of
a corn.
course, and I definitely want to give him his due. So you know what? Since obviously with your bias and everything, we gotta handle that first. Cool. So we'll go to that first. In crunch,
Change.
we were talking on the show about crunch time. We were talking about what guys do when you need a play to be made. And Kev had one of the. I might be gassing it a little bit. Fuck it, I'll gas it. He had like one of those beast mode playoff runs where you were just like, oh, he got a couple. Oh, he got a lot. Oh, he's still going. Ping pong, boom, boom, boom. Oh, he's still going. And although that one did not actually score, he didn't actually.
Legs too short.
It was It definitely was the.
Play the game.
It was the nail in the coffin. I wouldn't say it was the
Nail in the coffin. It
It was the
wasn't. You're
nail in
right.
the coffin.
That's that bias. That's that bias.
Yeah, nobody doubted that they were going to score on that drive like when that happened. So like, although it was ironically, the Green Wave had a touchdown on a really tough run over by the goal line. Actually, I was right by it. I didn't even see because I was trying to move myself out the way, and the referee got ran over. The Green Wave player, I don't think it was the big fella. I'm not sure who the hell it was. It wasn't Kev. I'm not even sure who the hell it was. But he bounced up to this crazy thing. Whistle didn't hit. They couldn't tackle him, and he ended up in the end zone. And the referee ended up on his backside. So the referee didn't see anything but the birds in the sky, to tell you the guy's honest truth. So the rest of the officials are like, well, he's in the end zone. It's got to be a touchdown, right? So he did. Oh, you scored, but that you didn't. Okay, got it. So Kev scored after that play. So my apologies, Kev. It was Toon's run. It was Toon. I was trying to get it the hell out the way. So it just bounce, and the referee ended up on his butt. They called a touchdown. Then there was like a debate, and then they spotted the ball in the 3-yard line for some odd reason, pretending as though it was anything other than what it should have been, which was a touchdown. So yeah.
That's first half.
What's that? That was fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
That was fourth.
Oh, that, on that sweet tune ran.
Yes. That's what it was too. Yeah, that run was crazy, and it should have been a touchdown. But then Kev scored on the next play. Thank you. That was kind of confusing because it was like 3 really big plays right in a row that put the hammer down. That was it, nail in the coffin. But the start of the game, Errol had a big play. He ended up scoring on the scoop and score, and the other scoop and score was Was
Tune.
Tune on the scoop? Yeah,
How about
damn. Tune just.
two of their best offensive players fucking making big dynamic plays on defense? We know already Eru, because Eru plays defense everywhere he goes as needed. But yo, Tune, son, Tune's an old motherfucker too. It's like Tune's like reinventing and revamping his game and still a killer and still find a way to make plays every game, bro. So salute to Tune, because yeah, bro, I never saw Tune at defense before this year. He's making plays like ever since he's been on defense, he's been making
Yeah,
plays, bro. So it's like,
yeah, he does his job so effectively, and he changes the flow of the game on literally every play. And it's funny because I find myself watching him on series at a time to be like, there's no way that he's active on every single play. So like that college coaches mostly they don't want to see your highlight film. Like the college coaches that are really into particulars, like when you're on a really high level, they don't want to see your highlight film because they know that shit is like
they
spliced
want to
and
see game tape.
they want to see like give me like 4 or 5 of your best drives because they want to see how you do on a 9-play drive. They want to see play 3 on the 9-play drive. They don't just want to see you making the play on play 8 or play 7. They want to see what led up to that and how you do within a flow of the game. And Tune is literally like the textbook dude for that. Absolutely, like yeah, he's doing his thing. They want to see what
He's a
he's doing.
technician, man.
Yes, they want to see. There you go. Enrique hit it perfectly. They want to see what you're doing. The ball's not in your hands. 100%. They want to say, what are you doing to stay active? Are you guarding grass? Are you, just taking a play off? They want to see what you're doing. Indeed, 100%. But that was a dope game. The NAFL championship game was
Shouts to the unit.
was a hell of a game. Hell of a game. And we had our second to last. Sorry. No, there's 2 left now. So, yes, our third to last undefeated team go down. So, Militia get knocked out from the banks of unbeaten. They have a Patriots story. I know you as a Giant fan, because you weren't raised right, can respect that, knocking out the undefeated team in the championship game. Man.
The good old days. The good old days, you heard?
Right. So, when we talk about national ranking, can the unit make a run for nationals with a 2-loss record?
They should be able to, because they have a quality team, but with the politics and bullshit, they're not gonna get any serious consideration just because of the way the quote unquote powers that be run things. Unless, hear this though, unless we run a program like we were talking about where we get like postseason play after the championship games get decided, and let's say the unit beat the winner of the game next week, then that opens up the possibility for them to get like serious national recognition. But without beating one of like either the Falcons or the winner of this game, it's kind of tough with the 2 losses, even though they played in the quality league. You feel me?
Indeed.
That's my opinion.
Indeed. Now, it's funny. Daryl is saying that the Giants beat the Patriots twice in 4 years. Sounds like we were raised right. No, you were not raised right. Here's the reason why. First of all, I was talking about the Patriots undefeated team that you guys knocked out the ranks of the unbeaten. However, the teams with the most losses that won the Super Bowl were those 2 Giants teams. Both of them. 6 losses and 7 losses.
That's called Moxie.
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 Wow.
Eli has the most Moxie out of any.
Those 2 Super Bowl champions, 8 out of 10 years would not even be a playoff team with a 10-6 record or whatever. Yeah, 10-6 and 9-7 wouldn't even make the playoffs. But y'all want to say that Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer?
He is. Bullshit. That Moxie, he got the most Moxie ever. But look, hold on, time out. We got like 30 right now. I gotta do something real quick. I want to apologize to Juan Cologne real fast. I still got the same energy behind my statement because I know where my statement came from, but I misspoke. Drewski does that sometimes. I'm sorry, Juan. I still hold the opinion though. We gotta chill on saying and doing certain shit. Maybe I shouldn't have singled out Juan, but I felt like Juan was doing it a lot. But regardless of that, it turned into a whole big and it's like, that wasn't my intention. But again, my bad one. So all y'all little green wave niggas, y'all can stop trying to jump me now. It's good, you know. That's it. But yeah, bro, with all that shit that's going on, with all the shit talk and with certain people talking shit, bro, certain people talk a lot of shit, bro. Let them talk their shit. What dudes do is pick suckers. I don't want niggas to pick dudes as a sucker and decide to try to pick them and blah 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 blah. That was where my heart was with my statement. But again, where my heart was, where my mouth went, didn't really align. So yeah, my bad, y'all.
You
But
know,
that's it.
I will add in there, and I'm not going to excuse it. And yo, by the way, big respect for people like Drewski who admit when they're wrong. That's very hard to do.
On a
And by the
public
way,
forum, I had to do it though, you know.
indeed, I love it when the same energy and the same publicness of the issue is formulated in the apology. However, I will point out that Mr. Cologne does have the key to the green wave apparel that everybody gives us a
Oh
hard
yeah,
time
fuck him
about.
for that. Yo, I've
Yeah,
been waiting
yeah,
for my shit since week one. Week
yeah.
one.
Thank
Week
you.
one.
So,
Week
Juan,
one. But yeah.
Juan, I hope you expect Drewski's apology, and I absolutely fully endorse the apology. With that signed, sealed, and delivered, you're the reason why we don't have our green wave apparel. Just putting that out there. So, nonetheless, salute Drewski. Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. So I think if a lot of us would just chill and have a moment of clarity every now and again, it would definitely be helpful in our community. You know? Ha. So,
Yeah, I don't got no more papers, bitch. Fuck.
indeed.
Fuck, Pat. I'm listening to my fault, Pat.
Yeah,
Doing
Noble's
my
talking.
dirty
So
work.
now the Giants fans are talking nonsense about this. I'm about to mundo all you. That's it.
Nah, Pat. My fault,
That's
dude.
awesome. So,
Oh,
yeah,
oh. Yeah, shouts to my
damn, I'm
left.
just getting Giant stuff on.
Yo,
Giant stuff.
Joey! Hold on. Joe, you the man, Joe. I love you, Joe. Yo, Joe got me home in this car since I had a car accident. Shouts to Joe for that. But shouts to Joe for having paper in his car right now for a nigga, you heard?
That's what's up.
Word. Now we back, baby. Yeah, Joey.
So, what were we talking about? So the unit
How great the
resume,
Giants are. My fault, bro. Yeah,
because
you talk about it. My fault.
yeah,
Word.
the unit resume because of that annoying forfeit loss against the Vikings. It's funny because when we look at the national rankings, we oftentimes take them out of the mix because of too many forfeit wins. Now we got a forfeit loss that we're looking at like, from a champion. Where does that now rank them? So when you look at it, right? Let's get to the big board real quick. If I'm talking about the champion Falcons, and I know the Falcons are down to play. I know Munoz. I know the family up there. We got to do it quick because a lot of their guys play summer
I'm
ball.
gonna play summer right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's usually the big thing, the toughest thing. But Falcons are in because they're the champ, right? And
Mhm.
then you got the Cardinals, who are the runners up. You got NEAFL champ, the unit, and then the runner up, the militia.
Militia, a strong run up
Ah, you see where I'm
with
getting
one
at, right?
loss. Yeah, bro.
Now, I'm just going to put this in rank order. I'm not putting champ next to their name, so I don't want anybody throwing spears at me or nothing like that. So I have Green Wave, which is the number 1 seed right now, and the Golden Lions, the number 2 seed right now, still alive, right? Now, when we look at this, right, and let me just make sure that I'm correct when I look at my rankings. Cool. So you see past rankings coming out. Green Wave are now 9-0. Golden Lions are now 7-1.
How
Militia,
the Green Wave 9-0 and the Lions 7-1. They played one less game.
correct.
Okay.
The unit are 9-2. The Falcons 9-0, and the Cardinals 6-3. So that's your top 6 teams in the area, I think, by far. Now, what I will also put here in blue, not that old Pat's rankings are the end all be all, I'm just going to tell you where I have them ranked in the region. I have Green Wave ranked 1. I have the Falcons ranked number 2. I have the Unit ranked number 3 with their win. I have the Militia ranked 4th. I have the Golden Lions ranked 5th. I have the Wolfpack ranked 6th. And then I have the Cardinals ranked 7th. That's how my rankings are right now. So if you were going to say, let's take a final
4 we got to do.
We got to do a final 4 because I don't think we could drag this into another week to do the whole 1 and 2 get a bye thing, right?
Nah, 4. Got to do 4.
So the champs have got to be in. If you a champ, you win.
Got to be in.
So you got to have one at large between the runners up, whoever the runner up is. Now let me ask you this: in our what if?
We on the same right now. I'm ready. I don't want to cut you off, but I know what you're about to say, and I want to say it. I ain't gonna lie.
Woo! There you go.
Look at this setup, Pat. If the Golden Lions beat the Green Wave still got to crack the top 4. If the Green Wave beat the Golden Lions not in the top 4. So if the Green Wave beat the Golden Lions, it's gonna be Green Wave, CT Falcons, fucking Militia, and fucking Unit. If the Lions win, it gotta be Lions, Unit, Green Wave, Falcons.
So you're taking a 1-loss Green Wave team over a 1-loss Militia?
Hell yeah.
So you're saying that the Big East is better than the NFL?
Might be a little biased, but I think.
Boy, you see how I set you up for that? You see the setup.
I thought it was going one way. I thought it was one move, and it was a double move. You heard? But yeah, I think on the all in all, bro, we got all right. You know why? Because I think that the Green Wave and the Golden Lions could beat any team we listed in that setup on any given Sunday. You feel me? I think the same thing is true for the Militia, but yeah, bro, like it's like a pick 'em. But if I have to pick them, I'm gonna pick the Big East. So I think honestly, if I'm non-biased, I give the leagues a pick 'em. Like the 1-4s, the 1-4 stacks up perfectly against each other. I don't really care so much about the after 1-4 when I'm judging the overall league because now I just look at I do, but I don't look at the secondary and tertiary teams as much as I look at all the teams finished their season. Wasn't no forfeits, wasn't no BS. So it's like I think it's pretty even, bro. But if I have to pick, I'm picking my side. I'm not gonna lie because it's Drew.
All right, so I'm not letting you off the hook. So you tell me. And by the way, I'm gonna copy this down and I'm gonna post this for the natives to get at you, right? So
but Face, but hold on, time out. At Face, you really my brother in this shit, bro. I got nothing but love and respect for you, right? You are one of them niggas from Jersey, just like I tell Gerbo, that's the same exact way. That's healthy competition. Because now if we somewhere together, when it's not just us, and we anywhere else, bro, we on timing with each other about anything against whoever. But when it's just us, yeah, you know that Face. I'm never going to deny that, bro. That's never going to change. The same way you missed the Jersey, though. So
now,
that for me.
Let me ask you this. What did it do? And you can answer in the comments. What did it do for New Jersey football that you didn't have an undefeated champ? Was that a good look or a bad look?
It's a double-edged sword now. For a league, for John, for the NEFL, it's amazing. The undefeated fell in the championship. For the flip side of the coin with all the natty stuff, it hurts. Because even though we know the quality of the unit, even though we know the quality of the competition they played against, and even the 2 losses they took and all that type of stuff, on the natty scene, it's politics and bullshit, bro. So it's like that hurts them severely. Even if they, in a hypothetical we just presented, even if they come out of the spring tournament as the #1 overall in the tri-state, right? Mm-hmm. They still now are not going to get the natty love that they would deserve to get, in my opinion, because they got them 2 L's. And we know that they don't give a fuck about nothing but that 0 and quote unquote 2A or 3A. So the fact that they got both of us ranked at 2A, even though I know for a fact that our top four teams being the Militia, the Unit, the Green Wave, and the Golden Lions, I feel like could go to any section and fuck with any section's best four spring teams.
I'll
They still
I'll
got us ranked.
go even further. I think this six right here, regardless of who wins in the Big East championship, these six can get down with anybody in the nation. Period.
That's what I'm saying, Pat. Yeah, so
All six.
but we got that. We got that again. I agree, but we got that. We got that stigma against us though, because the natty organizers. I don't know what they be looking at, but I know a lot of them aren't East Coast based. I
Yo,
think that has a lot to do with it.
I just want to say one thing though,
What's up?
Pat. The Bears got a natty run with more than 2 L's.
But not a big natty.
Yeah,
It's still a natty run
They
though.
got a baby natty, bro. We talking big natties. We talking nose shit natty. Shit, y'all be talking about on y'all nose shit.
But 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. They not gonna get with the 2 L's. 7 p.m. is gonna be two undefeated teams.
But y'all could get the 7 p.m. with no L's.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. So
Nah,
we talking
I
about
don't
the
think
big
so.
natty.
Yeah, the big natty. I don't think we could get it with 2 L's.
But here's Enrique. This is what I need you to answer. I need you to answer: is that right? Should the Big Natty be undefeated teams or the best teams in the nation?
I think it should be the best teams in the nation because you could be undefeated playing whack teams.
There you go. And that's always been my issue with the Nationals. And to Spina's credit, and I was talking to him yesterday. Big shout out to Spina coming out to the Bronx to watch games and such in the off season. He put his resume together and kept on doing the trips to build up to get that 7 p.m. slot. What we're saying is that we want to see the best teams because what ends up happening is some of the teams from Timbuktu and Woodahusu, Montana, they sit there and run 15 or 30 and 50 in a row, and then you turn around
Racing.
and then they go to the chip. Yeah, and then they go to the natty and get their doors blown off and then talk about how they're missing guys. That shit's
First
not
time
fun.
they played against some hood dudes, they got the shit kicked down their leg.
Right. So the unit being a 2-loss champion might be we all know that they are legit, but to somebody in Arizona, to somebody in Texas, yeah, them dudes got 2 losses.
Yo,
What's that, Randy?
yo, you know who don't got no losses?
Who doesn't have any losses, Randy?
Us, nigga. And you know who else don't got no losses? New York. So any Jersey nigga need to shut the fuck up when they come to New York. Don't talk to us until y'all.
Now, Randy, we're a family show on Sunday morning.
Oh, sorry.
Yo, Randy,
He said, "Yo, we're a family show."
you fueling that shit niggas be talking about, Randy. You heard? But I think that's healthy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. What the fuck, man? Y'all know we gonna hold y'all niggas down in the scrum, but when it comes to football and it's us and y'all, fuck y'all niggas, bro. We love y'all niggas, too. But fuck y'all niggas, bro.
So Enrique,
that's how it goes.
Enrique, you were on here first. So let me. You guys are Green Wave, so I'm not even going to give you the other option. Green Wave wins this weekend. They're the champs. So you got Falcons, Unit, and Green Wave as champs. Automatic bid because they're champions.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the number 4 team out of all the runner-ups? Cardinals, Militia, Golden Lions.
You said Cardinals, who and who? Golden Lions and who?
Militia.
Militia. And by the way, rank them so we know who's playing who in the semis and who's in the championship.
I got Militia, Golden Lions, Cardinals.
Militia, Golden Lions, and then Cardinals. All right, so you have the Militia getting in. So Falcons, Unit, Green Wave, and Militia are your final 4.
Yeah.
Rank them.
You said Falcons, Unit, Green Wave, and Militia?
You said Falcons, Unit, Green Wave, Militia.
I got Green Wave. I got Unit, Militia, Falcons.
Woo! Now let me just explain what you just did. You put a champion underneath a runner-up. That's crazy. What do you got? What do you got, Enrique?
I got Green Wave, Unit, Falcons, Militia.
I like Randy shit better.
Whoa.
Militia, I don't know. Militia, they don't give me a team like they that good.
Nah, I'm not gonna
Drewski,
front Enrique, I watched a couple of their games, bro. They better than the Falcons, bro.
Drewski, who's your fourth the
My
way
list
win?
is Randy's list. That's why I sound like Randy's list. The same exact list as Randy. Cause I like the militia. I don't rate the Falcons duck and smoke. I'm gonna treat them how I treated the Lions this year. Shouts to the Lions. Y'all been family.
You're
The Golden
giving
Lions
them Boise
officially
State treatment.
Yeah, they definitely getting Boise. Because they didn't do what the Golden Lions did. The Golden Lions had to come through, go through the whole gauntlet, listen to niggas talk shit all year, and now, respectfully, win, lose, or draw, they got my full, you know what I'm saying? They fully family, you know what I'm saying? The
Gotcha.
Falcons, I got
Hold
love for
on.
them too,
You
but they got to
said
come through
the
the thing.
Golden Lions went through shit. They went through shit all season, like talk shit on. Nah, hell no. They was top teams. Everybody was rooting on to be in the chip.
Now we was talking shit to them. Nigga, I talk shit to Larry G every single day. I was talking shit to Larry G yesterday.
No. See, that's a difference though. You was talking shit because his performances in games. You can't.
Yeah, but I'm saying regardless of, y'all missing my point and trajectory. Let me be clear in my words. Because Drewski's words be getting him in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with you. Hold on. Look, bro. I'm saying, regardless of anything, the Golden Lions popped out from way up in fucking Manchester, damn near fucking Hartford, you feel me? 3 hours away from niggas. They popped out, played clean football, listen to niggas talk shit to them, regardless if it was warranted or not. New environment, my nigga. They went to a new school, bro. Them niggas went to a new school, dealt with all the bullshit, and they still here rocking, bro. So now it's like they not the new niggas no more. Shouts to them niggas. That's why I'm saying shouts to them. I don't know what I'm saying.
All right, so let me ask you, what about the Kingston Lions then? They came from deep.
Them too. I fuck with them niggas
But they're
too.
not a runner-up, so we're not talking about them anymore.
Yeah, that's it. We're not a runner-up. That's what we. Yeah, that's where we at with it. Word. Thanks, Pat.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
Because
shouts to the Kingston Lions too.
Yeah, you could argue that the Kingston Lions could give the Cardinals a run for their money.
Yeah.
Number 6 is a beast.
Nah,
yeah, he definitely showed out yesterday too.
That's a good bat. Yeah,
so mine is different. I got Green Wave first, Falcons number 2, Unit, then Militia. Now here's
CT bias.
It could be, but here's the thing. but by the way, I've seen that Falcons team live a couple times. So Green Wave, Militia.
Against who?
I mean,
they played the Warhawks, no?
Yeah.
They played the Warhawks
and Cardinals.
And they got Malik, and they got the best, and they got who? Now let me ask you this.
I keep hearing his name. I never saw him play though, bro.
Oh,
everybody's talking crazy about this kid though.
He's the best player out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Again, Noble by far. By far, Noble's the MVP for the Big East. By far, Malik Williamson, now the best player in the ECFL. I think I would take him over overall MVP for the whole entire region. This dude literally is a game breaker at receiver and a game like he was the championship game.
I understand everything you're saying, Pat, but I really want you see, like, and shouts to Slip for the help with that. I ain't gonna lie, sorry, Pat, but like we got to see, like we got to learn about Nadir, we got to learn about Dutty, we got to learn about fucking certain players and see them matched up with the New York guys. We got a couple years of runs where we had essentially our best going against their best. So now we can really see who's the best amongst the best within that space, right? The fact that they stay up there, Pat, that's why I was saying giving the love to the Golden Lions. I was giving the love, you feel me? Because they came down here and now they're making their rank from New York South as opposed to CT North. Okay. Yo, the Falcons staying up there, bro. He could be nice as he want to be until I see him go against Sadiq, until I see him go against Reem, until I see him go against fucking Henry's coming back, I heard. I'm not going to say what team, but until I see him go against those guys, until I see him match up against Nadir, until I see him match up against Dutty, I'm not... Who the fuck's he going against up there, bro?
And I'm glad that you asked that, sir, because the guys up there are saying, who are these dudes that you're naming? You just naming names. Now, I know you're not just naming names. I know that you're talking about legit dudes.
I get your point, Pat.
However, when you let's talk about it. When you are lining up against the Shamrocks, when you're lining up against the Admirals,
right now. They shot too.
No.
He
When
was
you got
getting
a
busy when they were
resume,
nice.
no, don't do that.
He
When you got
was
a
getting busy when they were
when
nice. He was getting
these
busy against them when they were
these
nice.
players have been going against, again, this is their community, right? So in their community, they're like, yo, I've played the Boston Bandits, I've played the Admirals, I've
I
played the
I understand.
Shamrock.
I understand. The Warhawks, the
Right.
Shamrocks, the Cardinals.
So when they're, and by the way, the Warhawks are like a secondary type of thing. Like they're not even like cracking. Like if you go up there and talk to them about, okay, let me do it this way. The Warhawks compared to like the main Raging Bulls when they were in their heyday. Again, when I say their heyday, I'm not talking 10, 15 years ago. I'm talking about like right after COVID, like 21, 22 type of thing, right? So when you're looking at those teams, right, or
Henry's
the
back,
G the
back. My
GS
fault, but they talking about Henry.
the the GSDs of the world, right? Grand State Destroyers, right? When you're looking at the Warhawks and the Warhawks do their thing, don't get me wrong. The Cardinals do their thing, don't get me wrong. But then they're like, well, the Shams are another level. So it's like the Knowles compared to who would like the spring champion. You know, I'll even say Patriots, right? So they'll be like the Cardinals and the Warhawks are the Patriots, whereas the Shamrocks, the Boston
Admiral.
Bandits, Admirals, those are like the
That's like the Rebels and the Noles.
Rebels, Knowles, Gators. Guys show
Mm.
love to the upside dudes. Absolutely. Like that's the dynamic. And that's like kind of the separation. And you know, a couple of the players filter both ways or what have you, but we know again, our Patriots. I'll be the first one to tell you, the Patriots and the Gators. There was a separation between the two of us, 100% when it came to talent and such. That was the purpose of it. So if you have that dynamic, absolutely that's double A, 100%. But what these guys are talking about now with the whole triple A, double A thing, that's not it because what we're seeing in the spring this year, especially with the geographic footprint and nobody else playing, that's AAA. There's no possibility it's not.
Not for sure.
So
They got too much quality to not be.
let's talk. Let's talk through your bracket, right? So your bracket, you would have the Wave. Oh, now that we have the Green Wave guys off, you can say it really quietly. If the Green Wave were to lose this week, what would be your 1-4?
If the Green Wave lose, my 1-4 is gonna be Falcons because they're the number one. They're the only undefeated. So it'll be Falcons, Unit, Green Wave, Militia. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Pat. No. It's gonna be. I'm so sorry. That's that shit. That's that bias. You see. Falcons, Golden Lions. Falcons, Golden Lions, Unit, Green Wave. My fault, Pat.
Oh
You got me smoking
man!
that shit. Look at Enrique. Whoa. He said, if y'all lose the chip, Rico.
Yeah, that's why we waited for y'all to get off the line. 100%. So
The comments going crazy now. You heard?
yeah, your bias was crazy on that. You left out the champs of the Big East in your ranking. If that were to occur,
fault, bro.
So now let me get to it. I gotta put out the comments myself. All right. So if the Wave win this week, this would be your tournament. Your tournament would be Green Wave Falcons in the first round in the Bronx. Who you got and what's the score? Actually, who you got? What do you think the spread should be?
I'm not a good spread guy, but I think it's going to be less than a touchdown because I know the Falcons are going to be fully loaded because of their proximity to competition. So I think, and if the kid is as good as you say, which I believe, I think that he's going to be a potential difference maker offensively and defensively. But I think the Green Wave will probably beat him like, I don't know, like a 24-20 because the Green Wave kicking field goals and shit now too. They're going to get them a couple field goals. Yeah, like a 24-20.
Okay. So you would have Wave advancing. Unit versus Militia. You would have the rematch. Unit Militia, round 3.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. That one, I don't know, bro. The unit beat the shit out of them a little bit, so I think the unit will beat them again, bro. Because the unit are really
It,
playing well right now.
it one by one score. They didn't beat the shit out of them.
Saying Ronald Butler went crazy. I saw the stat line again. I didn't see the game, bro. I heard Butler had like 3 tutties. So where they only won by a tut. I still say I don't know, bro. That's a pick 'em, but I'm gonna say unit because unit just won the chip, so I say unit. So it'll be
Ooh,
unit.
interesting.
Unit
Oh,
versus Green Wave. Unit versus Green Wave. I got the Wave by a score. Close
gotcha.
score though. Unit versus Green Wave in the final. I got like a 22-20.
By the way, let me point out that is a very doable regional championship.
I know. Face was just in the comments. I know Face is with it.
That's
And then you
that's
said
super.
and they said the CT dudes is with it. You said the Falcons family is with it, right?
Falcons. Oh yeah, they
I
always
know
do.
I know Reem. I know Kareem will be with it.
There
So
you
we
go.
got to figure out the fourth, and the fourth is the most flexible one. As long as we get the 3 champs in,
Yeah. The militia be the easiest one to rope in because they're trying to get their get back after just getting knocked from the ranks of the undefeated. Super easy. Now we'll
you know,
say
I
so.
don't know that. I don't know their management.
Mm,
Who's their management?
I don't know, but if they're men and they just got beaten in the championship, they probably want to run it back. That's what men want to do usually.
Shit like that, right?
Just saying. You know what I mean? So I'll say it quietly so we don't get attacked. In your bracket with the Golden Lions being the champion, you
All
now
right,
have the.
hold on.
It's very interesting to me, by the way, that the Falcons go from a 4 seed to the 1 seed with the Golden Lions beating the Green Wave in the chip. That's interesting.
That's the
So
3 joints. 3 joints, Pat. Sorry, dude. Just keep it
interesting.
how it is. It's good. Just keep it how it is.
So Falcons versus Green Wave in the first round, which would be now up in Connecticut.
Uh,
You had the most fascinating scenario, by the way.
mm. Falcons versus Green Wave. Green Wave in Connecticut now. I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna give it to the Falcons because I think they're gonna come with they're gonna come with the whole state of Connecticut with them that game. If we roster lock, with I'm still going with Green Wave beating the Falcons. But if there's no roster lock and they could just add,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be a problem.
Gotcha. Now you have the 2-3 game being Golden Lions and Unit. Imagine this for a second, by the way, because your 1 and 2 seeds are both the Connecticut teams.
Uh,
Yeah, which means they would be hosting. Can you imagine a doubleheader up in Connecticut?
at
Falcons Wave,
EAFL.
Golden Lions Unit.
That's nice. That would be nice.
That would be quite a seller right there, man. That'd be quite the seller. Who do you got? Golden Lions versus Unit.
That's the shit, bro. Golden Lions, man. They got the type of team that the Golden Lions team could beat the unit, but the unit's team is like so much more like dynamic. So I feel as though the unit are gonna beat them, bro. Like unless the unit come out like lagging, I don't know, bro. That's really a pick 'em for me, but I'm gonna go unit.
It's it,
I'm
that's a tough matchup for the Golden Lions. I would definitely agree, 100%.
Yeah, because the unit is so dynamic. The Golden Lions is slow like Notre Dame.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so let's get to the board real quick.
It's time for the gym. Let's get it. I'm here though, Pat. I'm gonna be on a bike. We got like
All
15
right.
more minutes with me.
All right. So this is what I got for the opening line for the Big East Championship: Green Wave versus the Golden Lions. This game will be technically a neutral site. That's why it has versus as opposed to at. But the home team technically is the Green Wave because they are the higher
They
seed.
playing.
Well, they're the,
Mhm.
the lower seed, I should say. So the Golden Lions open up as a 5.5 point underdog. What do you think about the spread, sir?
When the last game was close, I know they don't like when I say that. Oh, they suck. Kev gets mad at me. Whenever I say somebody played well against him, he gets so mad, bro. But again, he's not on there, so I could talk to him about that later. I feel like that's a real. I feel like it should be even closer. What up, bro? 347.
263, 3827. But yeah, bro, I feel like that's a good line. That's a good line. I think it's gonna be a really good game, bro. I feel like it should be even closer to like 3, not 5.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think that magic number is 6. If the the magic number I was thinking about was 6 and 43.5 as the over under. What do you think about that?
I think that's good. They're gonna score points.
Both teams in the 20s, you think?
Definitely both teams in the 20s.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think both teams in the 20s. Thank you, bro. You too, bro. I think both teams definitely in the 20s, Patty. I think it's gonna be like 26-23. Like
I like that.
26
Yeah,
23.
yeah. I'm thinking along the same lines. Indeed, that in that 43 point range for the total, like 20s to 20s, yeah, or maybe like
Mm-hmm.
18 or something like that. So this is
Yes.
my rankings, updated rankings, hot off the presses. My top 10: Green Wave, Falcons, Unit, Militia, Golden Lions. I had the Golden Lions slipping a bit because you had the unit win a championship. So it's not really about the Golden. And by the way, the Golden Lions had a very strong outing in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that the unit, you know, had the biggest stage and leapfrogged them.
Yeah, they got
So I ended up
a
with
lot
the
of
Golden
power
Lions.
points.
Yeah, so Golden Lions are at 5. Then I have the Wolf Pack at 6, Cardinals at 7, Warhawks at 8, Wilmington Wolf Pack at 9, and then the TC Panthers at 10, closing out the spring. So we have two undefeateds left. Green Wave 9-0. Connecticut Falcons ECFL champions at 9-0.
I'm gonna come back and scan. I'm on a call.
So we got two 9-0 teams. Green Wave have obviously put up a lot more points, as you can see, and points surrendered. Falcons defense, by the way, only 31 points surrendered in 9 games. So it's a pretty good comparison there. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's pretty interesting stuff. This is the scores from yesterday as we wrap up. Wave with a 23-8 win over the Kingston Lions in a game where the Green Wave defense was dominant, scored 2 touchdowns, in fact. And then the Golden Lions handled the Wolfpack 30-14. NAFL championship game, New Jersey unit ended up winning that. It was 34-26, I believe, was the final on that one. Or 34-28. I think I might have had that wrong. My apologies. So I'll definitely update that. Oh, sorry about that. So
Yo, bro, take that down, bro. I have to get off this live, Pat. Yo, what's up with you, man?
sorry. That was an old message and such. So,
Bro,
but
imagine rooting for one team and rooting for a whole different team just because your team sucks so bad they can't do it. Rooting for the
yes,
next enemy.
I am
'Cause
absolutely petty.
you don't like the Pacers. Like you
No,
hate the
I can't
Pacers.
stand the
Maybe
Pacers.
not as much as me, but you hate the Pacers.
Yes, I hate the
But you wanna
Pacers.
fuck with me, Pat? That's crazy.
Uh, Why is there a baby? I'll tell you about that later. So I have to go to my daughter's softball game. I'm hoping I got to check out. Do you know the time on the Big East championship game yet?
I'm not sure, Pat.
Hopefully
I
it's
think
prime
Kev might have
time.
said 5 though. I think Kev said 5 o'clock.
Gotcha. I hope it's in prime time. Then I'll be able to get. HSG will be covering the game. If it's in prime time, I'll be covering it. If it's not, I have my son's baseball game, championship game that day. So I'll be watching it far or come in there late to have some cigars and drinks. That's
All
pretty
right,
much it.
Patty.
Thank you, Drewski, for spending some time with us today.
Appreciate you, Pat. You already, bro. Good talk.
Appreciate you. That's Drewski.
Later, brother.
So, absolutely awesome show today. Great times. I think again we'll get some responses to our what if scenarios, and I'll kick it over to the guys on Thursday for the big show. Again, thanks for hanging out with us today on Way Too Early with Pat Bleezy. Usually in the Bleezy page, but they had live issues or whatever, so we made it work. So for another episode of Way Too Early with Pat, appreciate you.